Anyways, we have another CySA plus PBQ. Let's jump right into it. We have a security operations that flagged unauthorized SMB connections targeting the corporate file server. Although endpoint agents report healthy status, heuristic analysis suggests a lateral movement attack within the MLATech sales subnet. You must investigate the traffic flow to identify the compromised host, and you're going to have these in mind in relation to what you're doing. So we have a SIEM dashboard. I'm going to select it and show it to you. I'll slowly scroll down, and that's it. Not that many logs. Maybe I can zoom out so that you would see everything better. And we have an EDR console. So these are the systems that we have, like FS-01 and so on. And then we can click on them like this to see what's happening within. We can isolate them via this guy, or we can run a deep scan. Now, running a deep scan is not usually something that you want to do, but the option is available. And we have the mission objectives. So question 1 says, based on the CM logs, what specific techniques indicates lateral movement was used to compromise the file server? Question 2, identify the IP address of the source host initiating the attacks. And question 3, which is isolating the true source of infection. So you're going to have to go to the console and isolate it. For the sake of this video, you can just write down which one would you isolate based on these logs, and these logs should be enough to tell you what's happening. And I'm going to just open this one that has 24 alerts. So I'll click on it, and then you can see the amount of alerts that we have in here. And then I'm going to close that and click on this one that has an alert, which are only these two. So I guess that should be enough to get going. Try to answer these questions. It should be easy based on the logs that we have in here. So I'm going to just pause for a second, go through the video back and forth, and then we will jump into the answers. All right, so this is just the beginner question, and I know watching it from a video is not how it should be. You're going to have to access to the dashboard to go through the logs, to look for the timeline, sort them via maybe severity, source IP, and whatnot. And that's the proper way of doing this, and chaining them together, have the critical analysis. But for the sake of this video, we will just try to do it this way. Later on, I'm going to release this whole thing so that you can have an actual platform to practice. So stay tuned for that. All right, so based on the timeline that we have in here, some stuff happened, and we have a bunch of different protocols. Now, we're going to have to pinpoint what happened based on the messages that we have in here. For instance, we can see that the very first log tells us this is an info, the source is this guy, the destination is this guy, and the protocol is DNS, and querying for update.microsoft.com. So this is just an informational logs, but you as the SOC analyst need to understand that this is just someone from this specific source trying to look for the location of this update.microsoft.com. As you know, when you type google.com or any website, you resolve the DNS. So you need to know it just by looking at the logs, what's happening in reality. Similarly, the next one, we have a file access HR_log policies.pdf, a read access through SMB, which seems okay. And then we have similar things like time sync, some other stuff, all the way till here, in which we are sending a GET request to install this application, exe application, through HTTP, which is a red flag, because first, we should not use HTTP because it's not secure. And second, we are downloading an exe file, which is again something that we do not want to do right off the bat, especially if we do not trust the source. So toolbar underscore installer.exe, this is something to take a note of. Then the next one, we have a local detection, and then adware.toolbar blocked. So our EDR, the endpoint detection and response, blocked whatever this is. Most probably the toolbar that we wanted to install. Maybe it's an adware or a malicious software. Then some querying, some pinging, and then we have user trying to access this specific sales_lead through SMB. And this specific IP address is connecting to this guy in order to look for this specific sales_lead. So something to think about why we are doing this. And next one, we have a critical severity, and it says that the agent service stopped unexpectedly, which is our MLA EDR agent, the endpoint detection and response. So what happened in here, we do not know, but we know that inside this specific IP address, somebody manipulated something. Maybe it was the job of the malware that did this, to block or disable the endpoint detection response. All right, something to take a note of. Some stuff are revolving around this IP address. And then we are going through the next log, which is also a high severity. It says a PS exec happened, so a service was created. Now, if you are familiar with PS exec, you know that this is something that you usually do not use. The intentional, like the inherent purpose of this application is not malicious, but mostly it's used for malicious activity, unless you have a good reason to do some sort of remote execution with this software. What other reason could it be to use RPC protocol to do some remote execution? So you're going to have to think that why such an application that does remote execution of codes exists and what is it doing. So again, revolving around the same IP address, and this time it's connecting to this destination. So it seems that it initiated from this guy and then it's trying to infect this guy. All right, next log also high, SMB2, trying to use SMB2 for some sort of write request. And then we have the critical file system trying to modify some amount of file, and then the extension of those files are .locked, which is usually indicating towards some sort of encryption, and thus maybe a ransomware happened. So all of these key little details that are simplified in this whole SIEM dashboard must give you a beginner introduction into analyzing what's happening through looking at these logs one by one. And then another one high from this specific IP address, the 1.20, EDR says ransomware behavior blocked. So indeed, in the previous log, the 1.20 was doing some sort of ransomware action, and then the EDR blocked it. And it happened on FS-01. Now, just putting a pause in here, if we go to the EDR console, we probably can see that this FS-01 has 24 alerts. And if we take a look at these alerts, we can see that encryption happened all over the place. So it's suffering from a ransomware attack. So what are we going to do? Rest of the stuff are information. It's just nothing to be concerned about. Although there might be sometimes things that you can miss, but nothing here specifically. So we know that from the this specific IP address 1.110, something was downloaded, something was initiated, and then the PS exec happened on this IP address, which is the file server, the FS-01, and try to do some sort of ransomware attack and lock and encrypt those files. So we have a good idea of what's happening within the system. Now let's take a look at the IP address of 1.110. So I'm going to look at these sales to see what is the IP address. It's this guy, 1.110. So we got it correctly. This one is 1.102. This one is 1.108. And this one is 1.10. And the file server 1.20. So pinpointing these, we have a rough estimation of what happened. These sales got connected to some sort of malicious software and thus try to infect the FS-01. Even though the status of this guy is clean and the risk is low, we know that from the logs, this guy initiated this whole thing and put some sort of malicious software via PS exec in order to do this ransomware attack. And if we go through the logs, nothing happened, but there is a reason for that. You can see that the response action for the endpoint detection is disabled. We do not have that. Unlike this guy, you can run a deep scan through the EDR, but this guy, we do not see anything. And that's visible through the SIEM logs. You can see that all the way in here, our EDR agent stopped, and that's the IP address, which is the sales, even though we do not see it in the console. So going through the questions, it says, based on the SIEM logs, what a specific technique indicates lateral movement was used to compromise the file server? We know that the application PSExec was used from 1.110. We tried to infect the .20, the file server, and we used, or the attacker technically used, the PSExec in order to do that. So this one easy. Identifying patient 0, we know that the patient 0 is sales, so we will select it, the 1.10. And then that was also the true source of infection, so we can go back and isolate this one, even though it says it is clean and low. So this one was the true source of infection. Now all these alerts in here are because the sales try to infect FS-01. So we're not gonna try to isolate this because this is the file server. It's something critical, and if we isolate this one, nobody can access the file server and the whole business is gonna go down. How about this, you might wonder? It has some two alerts. It's just this toolbar that was installed and probably blocked right after that. So we tried to install this toolbar.exe. We installed it through having a GET request sent to this address. So all the way in here, we had a GET request sent to this specific address and downloaded this malicious software or adware, and then right after that it got blocked. So nothing to be concerned about. All right, these are the answers. Let's see if we got them correct. And yeah, 100%. So there you go. I'm just gonna slowly scroll down for you to see the rest of the things in relation to the domains, or some tags maybe, and some other explanations. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed. I wish you success in your exam. Like the video if you learned something today, and try to subscribe. I have more videos coming. Check out the website for some premium materials, and soon I will release this platform so that you can actually practice and have hands-on experience. Have a nice rest of your time. I wish you success in your exam, and catch you on the next one.